Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Welcome into episode 6 of 50 for 50, the top 50 attractions in the history of the Walt Disney World Resort. I'm your host, Bryan Perri. I'm standing across from a ride that became one of the most despised attractions at Disney over the last decade. It was Stitch's Great Escape. But before that existed something so terrifying that Disney had to pull the plug. It sits somewhere between 25 and 21 on our countdown, so let's find out what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. The backside of water.
Just this summer, The Rock and Emily Blunt brought to life Jungle Cruise, Disney's newest attempt at taking an iconic theme park attraction and turning it into a blockbuster film. While a lot of attention went to the movie's theatrical release, the attraction itself in both Disneyland and Walt Disney World went through a number of changes here in 2021 to remove outdated cultural depictions. Another Magic Kingdom original, the Jungle Cruise opened in 1971. Originally intended to feature live animals, Walt Disney and the Imagineers decided to utilize animatronics as they were viewed as a safer and more structured aspect of the potential attraction. The Jungle Cruise is led by a skipper who provides live humorous commentary while fake steering the boat down a river. One of the main differences between Walt Disney World's version of the ride and Disneyland's iteration is the tunnel found in the Florida attraction. Towards the end of the ride, the boats enter a Cambodian temple where they encounter more mesmerizing wild animals. Now standing in Orlando for over 50 years, the Jungle Cruise remains a hit for families visiting the Magic Kingdom. From the backside of water to the tour boat taken over by monkeys, the attraction provides plenty of laughs and brought theme park theming to a new level when it opened all those decades ago.
Howdy, partners! Climb aboard! Carnivores versus pork bellies?
You're on, old school!
Despite this countdown being inspired by Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary, to talk about our number 24 attraction, we have to travel out to the Golden Coast and Disneyland for their 50th anniversary in 2005. Imagineers had been working on the creation of Radiator Springs Racers. The team agreed that an interactive ride like Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters, which had just opened in Disneyland, could be utilized in California Adventure as well. To create this new ride, the team ventured back east and drew inspiration from the legend itself, the now gone, but not forgotten, Disney Quest. Inside Disney Quest sat Pirates of the Caribbean, Battle for Buccaneer Gold, where guests shot toy cannons at an interactive screen, simulating a ship battle at sea. This became the launching point for what would eventually turn into Story Mania. Today, guests venture through a building wearing 3D glasses before taking part in a number of midway games and competing with fellow riders to score points. All of your favorite Toy Story characters make appearances as first-of-its-kind ride vehicles rotate fully and engage in different interactive screens. Story Mania would finally open in Hollywood Studios in 2008 and also in California Adventure just a few months later. The ride quickly became Hollywood's busiest attraction, surpassing Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror. In 2016, a third track was added because of the ride's popularity, and in 2018, the attraction's entrance flipped to the other side of the building to fit seamlessly with the brand new Toy Story Land.
Hello there. Welcome to our little trans-dimensional joyride, folks.
When Animal Kingdom opened in 1998, it gave guests the opportunity to get up close with real animals, along with some prehistoric ones found in the brand new Dinoland section of the park. The highlight of the new area would be Countdown to Extinction, a dark ride transporting guests to the age of the dinosaur. Utilizing the same ride system and track of Disneyland's popular Indiana Jones attraction, Countdown drew rave reviews as Disney tried to capitalize on the dinosaur craze brought on by Jurassic Park in the early 90s. Less than 2 years after Countdown to Extinction opened, Disney released the film Dinosaur, which cost a small fortune as it blended real-life cinematography with the company's most ambitious attempt at CGI. In a move to promote both the film and bring more families to the park, Countdown to Extinction was rebranded as Dinosaur, and a few cosmetic changes were made both in and out of the building. Unfortunately, to cater to the families who saw the movie, Disney toned down the intensity of both the ride vehicles and onboard audio. One specific moment that was significantly changed was the intense stomping of the Carnotaurus as it chased your time rover before the attraction's finale. You can get a glimpse of how intense the vehicles used to be during the attraction's famous safety spiel, where Seeker, your guide and heck of a paleontologist, talks about seatbelts. Yeah, the ride doesn't do that anymore. Rumors have circulated in recent years that the attraction could be meeting its demise soon and be re-themed to Indiana Jones, like its sister attractions in Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea. Personally, I'd be disappointed with the decision, as Dinosaur is unique to Walt Disney World and still operates as one of the resort's best attractions.
Come on, everybody. Here we go! Up to Neverland!
Still setting the pace for wait times on the west side of Fantasyland, Peter Pan's Flight has remained as one of Magic Kingdom's classic attractions, but don't you dare call it an opening day ride for the Magic Kingdom. No, instead, Peter Pan's Flight opened on October 3rd, 1971, 2 days after the debut of the rest of the park. Building upon the already successful version of the ride in Disneyland, Magic Kingdom's version opened 16 years later with improvements such as bigger ships and the inclusion of a Peter Pan in the actual story. Guests fly high above London in their own pirate ships as they venture through different scenes from the hit film of 1953. A battle between Peter and Captain Hook highlights the ride's culmination before guests return to the ground to explore the rest of Fantasyland. In 2015, Magic Kingdom updated the ride's queue with new projections and a look at Wendy's room from the film. Peter Pan's Flight remains a must-do attraction for older guests who yearn for the days in which Disney parks mainly consisted of slow-moving dark rides. With technological updates implemented in recent years, the attraction also caters to newcomers who want to take a whimsical journey centered around one of Disney's most popular franchises. Originally intended to be a tie-in to Ridley Scott's Alien film, yes, the Alien film that features creatures ripping through human body parts, the eventual Alien Encounter attraction would wisely drop the movie tie-in, but still go on to create one of the most memorable experiences ever implemented in a theme park.
There are those who believe that the government is hiding the remains of an alien spacecraft that mysteriously crashed to Earth. With more and more scientific evidence of alien encounters and UFO sightings, the idea of creatures from another planet might not be as far-fetched as we once thought.
Back in the late 80s and early 90s, then Disney CEO Michael Eisner felt Disney lacked attractions for their teenage/young adult audience, and so he once again tasked George Lucas to help in the creation of this new terrifying offering in Tomorrowland. In 1994, ExtraTERRORestrial Alien Encounter would open to absolutely astonishing reviews that claimed the attraction was simply the most horrifying thing ever encountered. Guests were seated in a round theater and then locked into their seats via a shoulder harness, similar to one you'd normally experience on a roller coaster. As the attraction's story unfolds, a teleportation device is utilized and accidentally brings a terrifying alien from a foreign planet into the room. Of course, the alien would then escape its containment, all while a power surge causes the lights to go out. Each seat in the theater wasn't only equipped by the overhead harness, but surround sound speakers, which helped provide the alien's approximate location in the dark thanks to his horrifying snarls. Throughout the terrifying experience, the alien would go on to, get this, eat employees in the room and then spit up their blood on the Disney guests. Not only that, but the alien would then crawl behind each chair and drool saliva onto the guests via the same mist effects. Oof. The alien would eventually get recaptured, and then guests would go on their merry way back into the most magical place on Earth, the Magic Kingdom. Extraterrestrial alien encounter proved to be perhaps Disney's most bizarre, out-of-place experience ever built in Orlando. It continued to haunt people until 2003 when it was shut down. Ironically, despite its negative reviews for being too scary, its replacement, Stitch's Great Escape, became despised and notorious for its own negative reviews. In 2018, Stitch's Great Escape closed, and now the Round Theater, which once saw people getting chewed up and spit out, sits vacant in the Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland. What comes next remains to be seen.